There are pains in this world that only the one who feels them can truly understand. Pain is personal. Pain is intimate. Pain is something you cannot borrow, imitate, or fully explain. No one truly understands hunger like the one who starves. No one understands sickness like the one whose body fails them. And no one understands the pain of pregnancy and childbirth like the woman whose body carries it. Yet, here is something that should stop us in our tracks. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is not touched by pain. Allah who does not weaken. Allah who is not exhausted. Allah who is never harmed by creation, speaks about the pain of mothers. Allah affirms it. Allah names it. And Allah bears witness to it. If pain is only fully known by the one who experiences it, then what does it mean when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who does not experience pain, tells us that a woman suffers? It means this pain is real. It means this pain is grave. It means this pain is not to be questioned, joked about, or minimized. Who are we, especially those who will never carry a child, to argue with what Allah Himself affirmed? When Allah speaks about pain, belief is not optional, respect is not optional, and acknowledgement is not optional. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَهَنًا عَلَى وَهَنٍ. His mother carried him in weakness upon weakness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not say discomfort. He does not say inconvenience. He does not say a difficult experience. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says weakness, and not once, weakness upon weakness, layered weakness, compounding weakness, weakness that stacks upon weakness until the body bends under its weight. This is not emotional language. This is not exaggeration. This is not sympathy. This is divine testimony. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses words, He chooses them with knowledge. Knowledge of bodies, knowledge of pain, knowledge of what creation can endure and what it loses along the way. This verse is not meant to be recited quickly and passed over. It is meant to silence denial, because behind this verse are women who never return the same, women who never return at all. The Qur'an is not brief because it is shallow. It is brief because it is comprehensive. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says weakness upon weakness, He does not need to list every symptom, every diagnosis, and every complication. The verse does not lack detail. It contains layers of meaning. Every medical reality we observe, every physical changes we document, and every lifelong change we witness is already housed within this divine statement. Medicine did not discover these struggles. Medicine merely recognized them. The Qur'an spoke first. When a woman loses strength, she never regains. When her body changes permanently, when pain becomes a companion rather than a visitor. This is not something outside the verse. This is the verse unfolding in real life. Woman who never return the same. Women who never return at all. Pregnancy is not the body continuing as normal. It is the body rearranging itself for another life. Hormones surge and collapse. Organs shift to make space. Blood volume increases. Bones loosen. Muscles stretch beyond their limits. Thin women gain weight they struggle to lose. Full-bodied women lose weight they cannot regain. Skin stretches and scars. Hair thins and falls apart. Teeth weaken. Vision changes. Strength fades. Energy disappears. Sleep becomes fractured. These are not cosmetic changes. These are biological sacrifices. And Allah did not describe this lightly. He says in Surah Al-Ahqaf, Qur'an chapter 46, verse 15, that حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ كُرْهًا وَوَضَعَتْهُ كُرْهًا. His mother carried him, his pregnancy, with hardship and gave birth to him with hardship. A woman's body does not only endure what is visible, it carries shifts that no mirror can show. Bones loosen, ligaments stretch, and even the spine can curve under the strain. Blood pressure rises and falls unpredictably. Hormones wage silent wars, reshaping mood, energy, and resilience. The heart beats faster to feed too, then slows in exhaustion. The lungs expand beyond normal capacity. The kidneys filter more tirelessly, relentlessly. The muscle ache, the joints creak, and yet she rises every day to continue. Some women loses their hair, their strength, their stamina that once made them unstoppable. Some develop conditions, diabetes, hypertension, varicose veins, the hidden cost of carrying another life. Some suffer silently from blood vision, weakened bones, or back pain that will never fully disappear. Some women endure complications that threaten their lives. Some never fully recover. Some do not return at all, their light extinguished in bringing forth life. Yet, through it all, her body gives and gives. She bears the weight of creation, and sometimes the world sees only the surface, the smile she manages to wear, the chores she completes, the meals she serves. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saw, Allah affirmed, Allah witnessed every ache that tore through her quietly, every sleepless night, every tear she hid, every moment her body begged for rest but refused it. And even when the body heals, the memory of sacrifice, etched in every scar, every wrinkle, every ache, remains. This is the cost of life, the unseen depth of love, the quiet endurance of those who carry futures in their wombs. Women who never return the same, women who never return at all. And this is only the beginning. Many people think the struggle of a mother ends the moment the child is born. They imagine pain as something with a finished line. But the Qur'an never said the weakness ends at delivery. Weakness upon weakness does not suddenly disappear when the cry of a newborn fills the room. For many women, birth is not an ending. It is a continuation. Pain settles into the back. Strength never fully returns to the legs. Fatigue becomes permanent, not seasonal. Some mothers wake up tired even after rest. Some live with pain they no longer mention because it has become normal to them. Years pass. Children grow, but the body remembers. Women who never return the same. Women who never return at all. And this endurance is quiet. There is no applause for it, only expectation. Motherhood does not only change a schedule, it changes a body, it changes a mind, it changes a life. Some women lose the strength they once had, some lose mobility, some lose control over parts of their own bodies. What used to be effortless becomes difficult. What used to be private becomes medical. What used to be simple becomes exhausting. A woman gives from a body until the body carries the marks of that given. Not all scars are visible. Not all losses are spoken, but they are real. Women who never return the same. Women who never return at all. And still, they carry on. Medicine gives names to what the Qur'an acknowledged. Organ damage, chronic pain, loss of sight, loss of limbs, permanent weakness. These are not exaggerations. These are documented realities. When a woman leaves the hospital, changed forever, when her body bears consequences that no treatment fully reverses, this is not something new being added to the verse. This is the verse manifesting. Medicine does not elevate the struggle of mothers. It merely confirms what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already affirmed. There is a moment in childbirth where life and death stand close together. Blood is lost. Pain peaks. The body is pushed to its limit. Some women survive and are never the same again. Some women do not survive at all. They enter the delivery room alive and never leave it. A child opens their eyes to the world because a mother closed hers. This is not tragedy for storytelling. This is reality. Women who never return the same. Women who never return at all. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the struggle of mothers, He speaks with full knowledge of these costs. There is a reason Allah does not speak casually when He speaks about the mother. There is a reason He repeats her mention. There is a reason her struggle is singled out. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala places emphasis, it is not for decoration, it is for correction. Correction of how people think, correction of how people behave, correction of how lightly they treat what is heavy. Allah joins gratitude to parents with gratitude to himself, not because parents are divine, but because their sacrifice is undeniable. And within that command, the mother is not merged into generality. She is highlighted, because not all sacrifices are equal and not all burdens are shared. Despite this clarity, people still minimize. They speak of motherhood as if it were routine, as if pain were automatic and therefore insignificant, as if sacrifice were expected and therefore undeserving of gratitude. Some husbands dismiss it, some sons forget it, some reduce it to biology, to something that happens naturally, as though nature itself does not demand reverence. This is how life is, they say. This is normal, they say. But what Allah emphasizes is never ordinary. What Allah affirms is never casual. Ask yourself quietly, how many times did you call her dramatic for pain you never carried? How many times did you demand patience from a woman whose body had already surrendered years for you? To belittle the struggle of a mother is not strength. It is realism. It is not realism. It is not masculinity. It is moral failure. You may never feel her pain. You may never weaken the way she weakened. You may never bleed the way she bled. You may never wake up one day and realize your body is no longer yours. You did not feel it, yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about it. And this is the weight of the matter. Allah does not feel pain, yet he affirmed hers. So who are you who felt nothing to question what he confirmed? Denial does not need words. It appears in impatience, in a harsh tone, in rolled eyes, in neglect, in silence. Every careless word spoken to a mother stands against years of endurance you never witnessed. Every raised voice echoes against nights of pain you slept through peacefully. Some women survive it and are never the same again. Women who never return the same. Women who never return at all. This is a direct address to sons who answer sharply without remembering whose body carried their voice into existence. To husbands who dismiss exhaustion without realizing that love once demanded flesh, blood, and bone. To those who think provision replaces presence. To those who believe money compensates for mercy. Lower your voice, not because she is weak, but because Allah is watching. Watch your words, measure your tone. If Allah affirmed her struggle, you have no right to erase it. If Allah acknowledged her pain, you have no excuse to mock it, rush it, or silence it. One day you will speak gently and she will no longer be there to hear it. Now the reflection that matters most. If she is alive, act now, not tomorrow, not when work slows down, not when you have time. Serve her, speak gently, sit longer, listen without irritation. Because regret does not send warnings. It arrives suddenly, and it arrives when apology no longer reaches its destination. And if she has returned to Allah, then let your remorse turn into action. Through prayer, through charity, through honoring her name when no one else mentions it. Because some women never return the same, and some women never return at all. This is not sentiment. This is accountability. This is not exaggeration. This is acknowledgement. This is accepting what Allah has already affirmed. And silence at the end of this reflection is more honest than applause.